No, I meant me. Of course, you didn't think that... never mind. Follow me, please.
I have to tell you that I have quite high expectations for this interview.
Hopefully they will not be dashed.
Have you high expectations for this?
Well, high expectations for your part. For my part, I'm not quite so sure.
I've learned to keep my expectations low, then I'm going to be surprised.
I have no expectations, which means average expectations.
So that's a good starting point?
Yeah.
Yes.
When I was doing maths at university, I basically felt a bit that it was not, so it didn't have such application to the world.
Could you just explain, please, AI is...
Yes. So AI stands for artificial intelligence. Right. And so people have been interested for a very long time in trying to create machines or understand how it is that we can build intelligent organisms or intelligent machines. But there's something really special about the brain, which is it's solving computational problems. You know, it wants to recognize faces, it wants to make choices where you maximize reward and minimize punishment. And so the things that we would like computers to do. And that means that we have a lot of other ways of thinking about what the brain might be doing, because we understand that it's actually trying to achieve good quality behavior in the world. And that's really what this, in a sense, my part of this prize is about.
When we tried to pin down the movement activity, we simply couldn't find any movement activity. And what we found was instead some responses to the reward that the animal obtained. In particular, when that reward occurred in a kind of unpredictable manner. And that made us suspicious. And then came the relation to the unpredictability, which is now what we call the reward prediction error, and is now basically the established fact for the dopamine neurons.
At about 2002, 2003, having already carried out quite a lot of work in functional imaging, I became a little bit concerned that we weren't maximizing what information you could get out from using the technique. The models of cognition were very much psychological models, but I was aware of the work of Peter and Wolfram related to prediction error. And with a postdoctoral fellow of mine at the time, John O'Doherty, we decided we would create an experiment to try to determine whether we could demonstrate a signature of a prediction error, of a full prediction error in the human brain.
If you want to learn how to make predictions, the best sort of signal you could have is something which is the difference between what really happened and the prediction you made of it. So you might think, I think this car's going to go, like 1 meter away from me. If it actually comes, 10 centimeters away from you, you made a big, important prediction error, right? And so you'd like to change your prediction. You say, next time if I see a car acting in that way, maybe I'll be a little bit less erratic. So what we need is a prediction. What we need is some difference between what actually happened. That's one term of the prediction error, and what you predicted. And if you predicted less than what really happened, you'd like to then increase your prediction next time. If you predicted more, you'd like to decrease your prediction next time. And so the prediction error tells you what's gone wrong with your prediction, and therefore it's the perfect signal for learning.
The rewards do not enter the brain through specific reward receptors. Rewards impinge through a number of different receptors, and the brain extracts that reward information by its own activity. That means there's no definition by an external stimulus that would be a reward. Like think when you eat a steak, then that's very nice and it's a physical event. But when you had your 5th steak, it's still the same physical event, the same physical steak, but you won't eat it anymore, right? So the reward value changes depending on your current situation.
And when those events ensue, things can be as you predicted, so there's no prediction error. They can be better than predicted, where you will get a positive prediction error, or they can be worse than you predicted, where you will get a negative prediction error. So this is an abstract notion, but we know that this prediction error is signaled by the action of this neurotransmitter dopamine.
So little devils, because they remove your satisfaction, which is when you get the same reward, which is kind of disappointing because on one hand, it drives your behavior to get more reward. This is my neuronal mechanism for reward maximization. You're getting more reward when you follow your dopamine prediction error. But the drawback is it kind of makes you unhappy in the long run. Your expectations keep increasing, and you have difficulties to follow to get still get the same kick out of it. What was a great reward 5 years ago is no longer a great reward right now. At least not great. Maybe okay, but not great. And that's why I call it the little devil. They give you the fun, but they take the future fun partly away from you.
And more interestingly, we can restore that prediction error in elderly subjects by giving them a drug that will boost their dopamine function. It improves their behavior, and you get recovery of the prediction error signal. So that's another form of convergent evidence that points to the importance of this prediction error in learning, and that it has great importance for human cognition, and human cognition in the context of societies which have an increasing number of aging, active individuals.
But we can see that in this part of the field, so sort of decision neuroscience more broadly, has really moved ahead incredibly quickly because it's been one of the few areas in neuroscience in which there's been a really effective and close coupling between theorists and experimentalists. And it's that I'd really love to celebrate with the Brain Prize.
Patients treated for Parkinson's disease often develop compulsions. They will often develop compulsions to gamble in men, but interestingly, in women, they get a compulsion commonly to shop. And patients of mine will report that not gambling, if they're female, they're shopping, often for shoes and handbags. So we know dopamine controls that Pavlovian attraction of appetitive things in the world.
So there's nothing I can do about it, basically.
You have to suffer it.
I'll have to suffer it, that's right.
It's a small price to pay for having a loving wife.